surgically replaced with an artificial one.
Artificial heart valves are of two types, tissue or bioprosthetic valves and mechanical valves. Tissue valves are made from biological materials like porcine heart valves or bovine pericardium. The disadvantage of tissue valves are that in young patients, say below 40 years of age, they tend to get calcified in about 4 to 6 years after implantation, and they become stiff and get damaged. So in the young patients, like in our country, who are generally below the age of 30, we need mechanical valves which are made from metals, plastics, or ceramics. These valves have the advantage that are highly durable.
However, until recently, mechanical valves were beyond the means of poor patients, as imported valves were expensive and indigenous low-cost valves were just not available. It was to mitigate this problem that in the early 80s, the Sri Chitra Tirunal Institute for Medical Sciences and Technology, Thiruvananthapuram, which has the status of a university, undertook the challenge of making artificial heart valves. Under the leadership of its then director, Dr. M.S. Valyathan, a team of scientists drawn from the fields of medicine, biomedical technology, and material sciences came together to develop a technology which had so far been the sole preserve of the developed world. The task was daunting and setbacks many, but the team persisted for 10 years and presented to the nation a low-cost, tilting, disc-type mechanical valve named the Chitra valve. This life-saving valve has three parts: an outer fabric suture ring, a metal cage, and, within the cage, a circular disc which opens and closes due to pressure change in the heart chambers. The suture ring is made from a wrap-knitted polyester fabric treated in a specially developed process of cleaning and solvent extraction. This process prevents tissue growth on its surface when stitched to heart muscles. Under cryogenic conditions, the ring is hand-stitched carefully to meet international standards. The cage, the second part of the valve, is machined from solid rods of a cobalt-based superalloy called Haynes 25 alloy. In this process, both conventional and computer-controlled wire-cut machining techniques are employed. The struts of the cage are shaped to facilitate the smooth flow of blood without hindrance. The machined cage is then fine polished in different media to give it an impeccably smooth surface. Such a finish is needed as the struts are in the path of the blood flow. The disc, the most important component of the mechanical valve, is fabricated from ultra-high molecular weight, high-density polyethylene, one of the toughest materials available for making biomedical devices. This disc, machined from polyethylene rods, is subjected to solid-state compaction with controlled heating and cooling cycles. It is then polished to desired levels and assembled with the other two parts to constitute the wonder that has come to offer a fresh lease of life to valvular disease patients. This little savior, the mechanical valve, is implanted through open heart surgery. Involved in this surgery are three sets of specialists: surgeons and nursing staff, anesthetists who administer anesthetics, and perfusionists who control the heart-lung machine, which performs the job of both heart and lungs during the operation. With undivided attention and dedication to free the ailing of disease, the surgeons expose the heart. Temporarily, the heart-lung machine is entrusted the task of receiving deoxygenated blood from the body and oxygenated blood from the lungs and pumping it back for circulation. The heart is then induced to rest. Once the heart stops, the aorta is opened to reach the aortic valve, which in this case was diagnosed to be defective.
And the cuffs are retracted and thickened. There are 3 cuffs. They are all thickened and retracted, causing non-cooptation of the cuffs, leading to revegetation.
The incompetent aortic valve, therefore, is excised. The annulus of the aortic valve is sutured. So also the fabric ring of the tilting disc-type mechanical valve. And once the suturing is complete, the artificial valve is seated in the position of the natural valve. The incisions made in the heart for surgical interventions are closed. It is massaged gently to expel air that may have got in during surgery. With the main part of the surgery having been completed, the heart-lung machine is disconnected. The heart is then allowed to revive from its temporary stupor to regain its characteristic rhythm, the rhythm of life. These man-made valves undoubtedly are the saviors, having given a new life to hundreds afflicted by valvular disease. Soman, one such recipient of the mechanical valve, doesn't find any difficulty in carrying on his police duties. Like others, with a monthly checkup and a dose of anticoagulant, Sarama Isaac attends to her daily routine with ease. The case of Vasanta Kumari is no different. Artificial valves do help, but there is nothing like the ones nature provides us with. Take care of them.